Each autumn, the Florida manatee migrates from widely dispersed shallow areas along the Florida coastline to spring-fed warm water havens in rivers and bays. They seek warm currents, food, and rest, a safe harbor during the winter months. As the human population along Florida's coast grows, the manatees face increasing threats to their safety. As waterways become more crowded, manatee habitat and their very lives are threatened, pushing them ever closer to extinction. Gentle, curious, endangered. More and more, we share their waterways. It's important that we provide safe harbors for the manatee so they may continue to share their world with us. A subspecies of the West Indian manatee, Florida manatees are found mainly in Florida, but also range as far west as Louisiana and north to the Carolinas and Virginia during the summer months. During winter, when water temperatures drop below 68 degrees Fahrenheit, manatees seek warm, spring-fed waters like those found in Kings Bay. Like humans, they are sensitive to temperature, and prolonged exposure to cold water may cause hypothermia and lead to death.
Well, the Crystal River National Wildlife Refuge was established by the Fish and Wildlife Service in 1983. This particular refuge was established for the purpose of protecting the Florida manatee. So it's basically a refuge created for the benefit of an endangered species.
The combination of warm, clear water and a large population of manatees attracts thousands of visitors each year to the refuge and Crystal River area, each seeking that once-in-a-lifetime experience, to swim with a manatee. Understanding these underwater mammals is the first step to their continued survival. The continued development of homes, marinas, and docks reduces available habitat. Boats often damage or destroy the shallow water grass beds that serve as a primary food source. More boats in the water also increase the potential for collisions and injury. Most wild manatees carry scars, visible reminders of the danger they face from boats on a daily basis. Many fatal wounds inflicted by boats, however, leave no outward sign until it is too late.
A lot of people feel that we should put prop guards on all the props, but it's not necessarily the prop that causes the most damage. A lot of those cuts will heal. It's that outdrive unit or the keel of the boat that strikes the manatee going maybe 20 miles an hour that does a tremendous amount of damage to ribs that end up puncturing lungs and causing lungs to collapse and later on infections to develop, and it's fatal to the manatee.
The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the state of Florida, local law enforcement, and community interests have responded to help the manatee thrive in this shared habitat. Legislation, including the Endangered Species Act, the Marine Mammal Protection Act, and the Florida Manatee Sanctuary Act, provide the basis for manatee protection. Violations of these statutes may result in maximum fines of up to $500 under state law and $100,000 and/or 1 year in prison under federal law. The existing guidelines and regulations at Crystal River ensure that safe interactions for both manatees and humans can continue. As you prepare for your manatee experience, be aware of the guidelines. Local dive shops, tour operators, and the Visitors Center at the refuge can provide you with this important information. Understand the policy of passive interaction. It's a good basis for observing enforced rules and increasing your chances of a successful manatee encounter.
The real key to having a good experience with manatees here is passive interaction. We basically want people to understand that the best experience you can have is the one where the manatee has the right of way. We don't interfere with manatee's behavior. If the manatee's resting on the bottom, you let the manatee alone and you try to keep your distance and observe them in a way that will not affect their behavior. There's a lot of excitement that goes along with seeing these animals in the water, and I think it's important to really understand the protection scheme that we have in place and the reasons behind it. And also understand that each person, each individual out there has a responsibility to follow these rules so that this situation can continue. And if it is controlled and managed appropriately, then I think a great many people can benefit from the manatee experience here.
These basic interaction guidelines for swimmers and snorkelers will help you have a more successful and more rewarding manatee encounter. Let the manatee come to you. Don't feed manatees or give them water. This may alter their natural feeding patterns, making them dependent